Something historic happened on Monday, February the 21st of February 2022. The CEO of Onpassive, Mr. Ash Mufare, dropped a bomb on all of us who were in attendance via Zoom. Mr. Mufare talked about how Onpassive has given its founders the most value that they could ever put in Onpassive for the $97 to become a founder. Onpassive has over-delivered. No other company has given their members more value than has Onpassive with that position of the founder. Onpassive is about to change the face of humanity. He said if you can hear it, it means that it's a done deal. And he told us, founders, to get ready for the best shape of our lives. We are a history-making company that will never ever be duplicated. And we are riding the crest of a transformative giant. Onpassive is totally disruptive. Other companies on the market will not be able to stand the heat that Onpassive is going to bring when it launches to the world. Yes, the heat is coming. Are we ready for the heat? Yes, we are, because we know that Onpassive is a real company, and millions of lives are about to change. Because what is happening and how Onpassive is built proves that Mr. Ash Mufare is thinking miles and years ahead of other CEOs of high-tech companies and information technology companies. Onpassive is plain and simple and will be the most disruptive and transformative company ever to be created by a human. When Onpassive begins its initial global marketing campaign, the founder's position will be gone forever, never to appear again. No matter how much someone wants to pay to be a founder, that door will never open again. Being a founder is someone who's special, someone who is a visionary. Not everyone qualifies to be a founder. Also, those who are founders who have been negatively talking about and possibly slandering Mr. Mufare and Onpassive will have the surprise of their lives. See, there are consequences to be paid when you lie and slander people. Very soon, they will no longer be founders. Also, those who are founders who have been negatively talking about and possibly slandering Mr. Mufare and Onpassive will have the surprise of their lives. The slandering and the outright lies from founders will not be tolerated. As of February 21, 2022, Mr. Mufare and his legal team will not allow that to happen again. Lesson 1. It is going to be very bad for founders that speak negatively about Onpassive. Onpassive is not going to allow that anymore. Things are going to change big time. Onpassive is a gigantic and legal company, and people will have to realize that there are consequences when they cross the line. Mr. Mufare said that life is tough. You don't get what you deserve, you'll get what you put into it. The vast majority of the founders stand united and positive. And because of their belief and faith and trust in what Mr. Mufare and Onpassive are about, it has been worth more than one can imagine. Mr. Mufare told us that there's a way to create enough wealth for everyone, and that he will be happy with that. As founders, impact lives all around us. On February the 13th with Dr. Shah, Mr. Mufare explained the features of another platform called O-Cademy. He was asked a question by Dr. Shah as to when the launching of the marketing campaigns would begin. At that time, which is about a week ago, Mr. Mufare said within 90 days. But now, it's less than 60 days from that initial global marketing campaign. That marketing campaign will be seen by millions around the globe. And guess what? We as founders have been invited to see that, if founders are positive and supportive, they will be rewarded. He stressed that he was not impressed with how many founders a person has on his or her team. That's important. But the most important thing is that the person must be ethical. Onpassive is a clean, pristine business. Ethical and of high integrity, all of these things matter. Now we are in a most beautiful position, thanks to Mr. Mufare and his family and the technical team in Hyderabad, India. The train is moving and those who didn't jump on the train, They're gonna sniffle the apples that founders who were loyal and dedicated and positive will acquire. And those who weren't able to get on the train waited too late. They are going to be knocking at the founders' doors. But it will be too late. Mr. Mufare said that Onpassive is creating value for founders in the initial global marketing campaign. Onpassive is going to be marketing physical products for those vested founders, meaning those who saw and believed in the vision of Mr. Ash Mufare and came aboard and continued to be positive and upbuilding, those who participated, those who left their comfort zone. There are going to be hundreds of physical products, and whatever Onpassive offers to the public, those products will be better, less expensive, and in very, very high demand. And he told us, don't even try to count the products because there are too many. He said we have a gigantic market for our products. Some of the products are already on the market by other companies, but Mr. Mufare saw that they were average at best and some were flawed. He has been able to take the flaws out of those products and improve them. Onpassive is a global business entity and people are starting to notice Onpassive. And we are not talking about the competition. We are talking about very, very important people. They are very impressed with Mr. Mufare and Onpassive and what Mr. Mufare has been able to accomplish even before the global launch. In fact, when you have products that are being beta tested, are they not in fact being launched? Think about it. We are going to the very top, where our ears will pop. The heat is coming.